The 12th annual 9/11 Memorial and Museum 5K run and walk held in Lower Manhattan today. People laced up to commemorate the lives lost on September 11th and to recognize the contributions of first responders and everyone who came together to help after the terror attacks. The event also raises money for the 9/11 Memorial and Museum. And that's all we've got for the news. You are all caught up. If you missed any part of the 10 o'clock news, you can always catch an encore on our free streaming app, Fox Local. Just search Fox Local on your preferred streaming platform. Have a fantastic week and stay with us. A jam-packed Sports Extra with Tina Servasio starts right now.
Coming up on Sports Extra, an epic Game 4 between the Knicks and Sixers in Philadelphia, where Jalen Brunson has a Knicks franchise record-breaking night, taking his team on his shoulders and leading the Knickerbockers to a commanding 3-1 series lead. We'll have post-game reaction and expert insight from MSG Network's Knicks reporter Rebecca Harlow joining us tonight as a special guest. The New York Rangers are looking to clinch their first-round Stanley Cup playoff series, and they could do it with a sweep tonight. We'll keep you updated on the latest from the Rangers and Capitals showdown in Washington, D.C. It was one of those dramatic NFL drafts for several reasons, and the Giants and Jets both made some expected picks and a few unexpected. Did Big Blue and Gang Green get better? We have a Super Bowl winning coach joining us tonight to discuss. His team may have been your team, but you have to respect former Ravens coach Brian Billick. And wait until you hear his personal story about visiting New York just days after beating the Giants in the big game. And this incredible day in New York sport just keeps going with two thrilling baseball games with both the Yankees and Mets young players stepping up to the plate and bringing it home big time as another edition of Sports Extra gets started right now.
Welcome to Sports Extra, presented by Toyota.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great weekend, and we are so glad you are spending your Sunday night here with us. This is Sports Extra, presented by Toyota. I'm Tina Servasio. Well, earlier today in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the New York Knicks were down several bodies as they played Game 4 of their first-round series against the Philadelphia 76ers. Big man Mitchell Robinson ruled out before the game with an ankle injury after getting mauled by Joel Embiid in Game 3. Bojan Bogdanovic left this game early and never returned. But with the Knicks leading the series 2-1, they wanted to capitalize before the series would shift back to New York. And head coach Tom Thibodeau would make whatever adjustments necessary. But like all season long, all-star guard Jalen Brunson led the way. Brunson having a career game, scoring a Knicks postseason franchise record 47 points to go with 8 assists. Brunson is also the first Knicks player to score 40-plus points and record 10-plus assists in a playoff game. He had all the records. OG Anunoby added a double-double of 16 points and 14 rebounds. He got that slam there. It was off nice passing, but it was his defense which helped shut down Joel Embiid in the second half after the Sixers led at the break. Down the stretch, it was Brunson just making all the key baskets late in the fourth. He goes in for the layup whenever you need it. The Knicks were up 95-89 there, and the Knicks needed every one of his points because Dante DiVincenzo and Josh Hart, they combined to shoot just 3 for 18 from the field. Well, you know what? The Knicks beat the Sixers by 5 points, 97-92 the final score, taking a commanding 3-1 lead in this series, and now it shifts back to New York City for Game 5 Tuesday night, giving the Knicks a chance to clinch this series in front of their Garden faithful.
Somehow we just found a way. We kept fighting, kept sticking together. We found a way, and when it's ugly and we can find a way to win like that, and then when we're not playing perfect, it's a plus for us, a plus for our confidence. But I mean, we're not done yet. We got to continue to have that humble mentality, and we got to find a way to win another.
Joining us now, someone who knows this Knicks team better than anyone, MSG Network's Knicks courtside reporter Rebecca Harlow, zooming in after just a thrilling game today. Rebecca, just knowing this team like you do, how would you describe it, the way the Knicks had to come back again, but the way they beat the Sixers?
Yes, well, first of all, let me say that it was an amazing, incredible, absolutely fantastic Jalen Brunson extraordinaire type of game. But honestly, for the Knicks, a game like this, a win like this, is just kind of business as usual for them. All season long, we've just seen that this is the way that they get it done, Tina, and it's really impressive. in the postseason.
We were saying in our sports office today, it is a crime that Jalen Brunson will not win this year's league MVP because he played like that today. Tell us how Jalen operates behind the scenes that makes him special, Rebecca, and then how it translates to the court where he gets these kind of results.
Yes. First of all, I will say that in all of my years in the NBA, I mean, going on 2 decades now, I have never seen such a humble superstar. And so when it comes to Jalen, he's just always doing the work. He'll tell me all the time that after a win or after a loss, he only gives himself until he gets into the door that night to either be frustrated for a loss or excited about a win or 47 points or something like that, that he's able to just kind of flush it and move on and focus on the next game. And I just think that that's what makes him so special.
Obviously, Brunson took the team on his back with the offense, but what stood out to you in the way that OG Anunoby defended Joel Embiid in the second half?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Listen to this. He guarded Joel Embiid on 21 possessions in that fourth quarter. The Sixers went 3 for 16 in that stretch. I mean, that shows you the kind of impact that OG Anunoby has. And think about the size difference, Tina. And here's the other thing that I think is so special and so cool about it is, obviously, you have to credit Coach Thibodeau for making the adjustment to switch OG on to Joel Embiid there. But also, OG, and I love this, asked Coach to do it. It said, hey, I want to defend the league's MVP, reigning MVP. Give him to me. I don't care if he's twice my size. I'm going to shut this dude down. And that's what the Knicks love so much about OG, that there's just no fear there.
And you talk about the adjustments and the way these players react to whatever Thibodeau gives them. Josh Hart didn't have the greatest offensive night, 4 points, but 17 rebounds. What is it, how he finds ways to contribute no matter what?
Yeah, and I think the thing that's so special about Josh is the trajectory as a player that he's had, an evolution that he's had all season has been so remarkable to watch. I mean, when he came to the Knicks a little longer than a year ago, right at the trade deadline last season, he made a huge impact for the Knicks in their postseason run last year. But then this year, he's just gotten better and better. I mean, he's turned into a player who not only impacts winning and impacts games, but can also win games. He doesn't care about scoring. He doesn't care about offense. He cares about winning. He cares about rebounds. He cares about providing energy for his team.
A lot of energy from Knicks fans in Philadelphia. You were there for Game 3. MSG had that game. And Joel Embiid spent his post-game complaining about there being so many Knicks fans in the house. He used a few choice words, too. I kind of loved it. It was a treasure trove of a soundbite. What was that atmosphere like for Game 3? And we saw that again in Game 4 with the Knicks fans, and it's really been like that all season. What have you seen?
Sounds like, I don't know, the ratio is probably 70-30 or something like that. And so the Knicks fans are so loud in that arena that it truly makes a difference, because the Knicks are really feeding off of that energy, and it's like they go on the road and it's still a home game.
Don't forget, to our fans watching, you can watch Rebecca and the rest of the MSG Knicks broadcast team with Knicks game coverage on MSG Networks for the rest of this series. MSG has pregame, game action against the Sixers, and postgame for Game 5, and if needed, any of the games left in this series. Rebecca, great work, great stories all season long, great interviews. Have a blast Tuesday night in Game 5, and let's keep this going.
You are so awesome. It was so fun to come on with you. I just love working with you when I get a chance. So thank you so much, and we'll talk soon.
Thank you, Rebecca.